Hey guys, so here we are at a black walnut tree, and what we're going to be doing is just going ahead and collecting the black walnuts. As you guys can see, up in this canopy, this black walnut tree is absolutely full of nuts, and there are plenty already on the ground for us to go ahead and harvest, so we can go ahead and plant our own black walnut tree. But black walnut trees are absolutely gorgeous. They're pretty unique and pretty easy to identify by their little leaflets they have, then of course by all the black walnuts they produce in the fall time. It's like mid-October here in Middle Tennessee right now, and again the tree is still loaded, plenty on the ground and plenty still up in the canopy. But black walnut grows very slowly. It's an amazing hardwood, definitely used in a lot of like carpentry applications for tables and furniture because of its beauty. And really big black walnut trees go for thousands of dollars. I mean, it's a very expensive hardwood just because it takes so long to grow and mature. But this black walnut tree really isn't too big, but it's already producing plenty of fruit. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to pick some of these off of the tree itself, but like I said, there's plenty on the ground, and we're just going to go ahead and collect these. The nut itself is inside of this. This has the husk on it, like the full fruit, but we're just going to go ahead and collect them and then move on to processing and getting rid of that husk. Okay, so it's been around, I think, a month, 3-ish weeks, something like that, since we collected our black walnuts. I just kind of left them in this plastic bag, set them outside. They started decomposing really well by themselves, and then some squirrels actually started getting into them, so I had to bring them inside. But again, it's been roughly 3 weeks, and that outer green husk is just completely deteriorated. And so what we're going to be doing in this step is we're actually just going to be taking off the remainder of that outer husk on our black walnuts. Now, you don't necessarily have to do this step because, as you can see, it just deteriorates really well naturally itself. It's just I like to just another step of like quality control. And then when I put them in the bag, I can better just see the walnut itself. But the walnut itself has a really beautiful like light brown color, and it's really riveted and full of, see if I can show you guys on some other ones. It's really riveted, and it holds on to the outer flesh here. You can see in there pretty good. Holds on to that outer flesh, that husk of the walnut itself actually really well. So you're not going to be able to remove so much, especially on the mushy ones. It just kind of sticks. And you don't necessarily have to. It's just another step that I like to do. You could just take them directly from here, throw them in a plastic bag, and put them through stratification. And over that period, I'm sure that the outer area will break down pretty well. It's just another little step I like to do. So when they're in the bag going through, monitored stratification like in the fridge, you can just better see the walnut, and say it did root early, it'd be easier to see and easier to tell. Now, another way people actually dehusk black walnuts is, they leave them in the bag like I did, or they actually soak them in water, like in a bucket for a couple of weeks. It really softens these up. They fall off pretty easily. I've seen people actually even use a power washer to remove this outer husk. So there's all kinds of variety of ways to do it. Some people use a knife, kind of scrape it off, and again, you don't necessarily have to, because in nature they grow just fine with the husk on it. It's just, again, it's an optional step that I like to do that I'm going to be showing you in this tutorial. But after this, all we're going to do is take our black walnuts that we put over here in our container, run these through just some clean water a couple of times, just to wash them and get a better view. And then after that, we're going to move on to stratification. And walnuts, you absolutely want to do like a monitored cold stratification, like through the fridge, because squirrels will demolish these, at least here in Tennessee. Even in like 6 inches of potting soil outside over the winter, those little buggers always find them, and they seem to smell them out, and they dig them up and they'll eat them, and then there goes all your hard work. So definitely don't want that to happen. But when you guys do this, you do want to absolutely be wearing gloves. I just got some free ones from a gas station from all this COVID stuff. So I just snagged a couple pairs, because black walnut dye, like when it's mushy and gooey like this, will just stain. That right there, this black, really dark brown color will stain clothes and your fingers, for like a week, if not more. And if you get it on clothes, good luck getting it out. So absolutely want to have gloves. I would even wear clothes that you don't mind getting ruined. But that's going to wrap it up for this step. I'm going to go ahead and rinse these a couple of times, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step, which is processing these for stratification. So here we are with our washed and processed black walnuts. As you can see, a lot of the outer husk came off of these guys. So what I ended up doing is, after I took off that outer thing in the last clip, the outer shell, I went ahead and put them in a flower pot with water running, the water hose, and just kind of spun them around together. And the friction from the shells being all uneven and having all these divots rubbed a lot of the material off. So this is what the actual walnut itself looks like. They have a pretty good amount of weight to them. A couple did float to the top, so that's a good indicator that they were bad. They were hollow on the inside. Either had like a little worm or something in there eating them. But other than that, all of these sank, and you can actually pretty much tell they're pretty healthy just by holding them. But all we're going to do is put them through stratification, because our black walnut tree seeds do need to go through that in order to germinate. And stratification is just like a prolonged period of a constant cold temperature, and it actually breaks down. It doesn't break down, but I'm sorry. The seeds need it in order to actually properly germinate. So if you were to just like plant these outside, even though it is the fall time, say it didn't get cold enough, these would just never grow. If it just got warm out, you try to grow these indoors as they are, they would never root and grow. They have to go through stratification. It's ingrained in like the natural process of these seeds, just like it is with many oak species and other tree seeds. So stratification, all we're going to do is go ahead and take our black walnuts, here's our bag. We have it labeled with the seed type, the date, and this is just peat moss in here. I'm going to add a little water and make it pretty moist. But all we're going to do is take our black walnuts, put them in this bag, and what I'm going to be doing is doing indoor stratification. So I'm just going to put these in the fridge for a good couple of months, and then either in late February, early March, I'm going to go ahead and pull them out. And you can look up online like how long they do stratification for. It just really has to be what the natural winter time would be in your area. So like here in Tennessee, late February, early March, that's when we're having spring and all that. Everything starts growing back. So that should be a long enough period of time for stratification on our black walnuts, as it is with pretty much all the other seeds that we grow that need stratification. So here we are with our black walnut seeds completed. All we're gonna do, pop these in the fridge, like I said, pull them out, late February, early March. Go ahead and put them in the pots, make sure they're nice and secure area, squirrels don't get to them, and hopefully we'll get some rooted black walnut seedlings. Alright, so it has been around roughly 6 months. Now, again, I'm sorry if there's any background noise. It's starting to drizzle, and we are in a greenhouse, so it makes a lot of noise. But, so we went ahead and did this in November 13th. That's so crazy. It's May 2nd, I believe, today. So what we're going to do, and these are our black walnuts, and again, guys, honestly, this has been a little too long. Right around, I'd say, early March, if not a little bit before March, you can go ahead and take your seeds, your germinated black walnut seeds, outside, out of the refrigerator, and go ahead and get them planted. Now, you do got to be careful in case there is another frost. I mean, they can survive. It can just really stress out the young rooted saplings, but it doesn't need to take 6 to 7 months. I mean, it really doesn't. A couple months in the refrigerator should be good, but nonetheless, I took these out probably 7 days ago, and there was no rootage in it. Once I took these out, they've been sitting in the shade on my porch because I've been meaning to make this video, and they have already started. There's one that sprouted in there, and it is just rootage going on with our black walnuts. So it is definitely time to get these planted. Can't wait any longer, and it's an awesome sign because we know that they went through stratification correctly. They're ready to go, and these are germinated seeds. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open up our bag. Now, we do want to be really careful because we have worked really, really, really hard on these black walnuts. And the last thing we want to do would be to snap that beautiful white, kind of that taproot stem, not stem, root, coming from our black walnuts. And I mean, this is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. This is exactly what you want to see when you've done a successful stratification process on your seeds and they are already beginning to germinate. I mean, it is the fruit of your labor in essence. A couple are rolling off the table, that's not a big deal. We put a lot in here because a lot of times when I've grown these in the past, I've had them die. I've not had them get this far because squirrels would come and eat them. So now that we got the greenhouse, it's nice and safe and secure, we can go ahead and rest easy knowing our black walnuts are going to be okay, and especially the ones that have already germinated and gone through the process a little bit further than the other ones. Just because they haven't germinated, y'all, doesn't mean that they're bad. They still have a lot of weight to them. Again, they should be just fine. Just some of these guys they got the early start. So what we're going to do is simply take our black walnut seeds and we're going to go ahead and plant them. Now, what I would suggest when planting black walnut is you use a deeper pot. Now, some of the other seeds and some of the other videos that we went through stratification and we potted and planted, we use shallower, more shallow pots. Now, with black walnut, it is a bigger seed in and of itself, so you do want to use a bigger pot. You can't use a little boo-boo one. But also the way it's going to root and how deep it roots And again, these are really slow growing trees, so I would just suggest, no science expert behind this or anything, that you just plant it in a bigger pot so it gets more established, so then when you do have to transplant the black walnut, it has a much stronger root base and it's not as frequent, say, for a smaller tree. So with that being said, that's just my little advice, little warning. What we're going to do, and the soil I am using is just the store-bought, I believe it's topsoil or it's potting soil or something like that. Is we're just going to take some out and we're going to bury our seed. I'd probably say 2 inches in. Very, very careful. We definitely do not want to smack or tap off that that white root that's on there that is just now coming out of the seed. Because if you do, you might kill the seed in and of itself. And you know, if you only had a couple of these that germinated, that would really stink. You went through the whole process. So what we're going to do now that we have it potted and planted is we're going to keep this soil nice and moist, kind of how we had the soil when it was inside of the fridge, you know, moist but not saturated, or oversaturated I should say. And we're going to keep an eye on this. Now, given this is in a greenhouse, I don't have to worry about wildlife, and that was one of the biggest reasons I bought the greenhouse. But if you're growing black walnut outside, especially in North America, I would say I'd really warn against, you know, the squirrels. Really, really be careful because they love black walnuts. I mean, they smell these guys out. I'd say, you know, more than anything over acorns, all of that other stuff, to eat and demolish. And I've even had, you know, many, many black walnuts I've tried to grow, and they've just been demolished by squirrels. So, big forewarning from Green Thinking on that, but just keep the soil moist and give it, you know, I don't know how many weeks, but give it the next couple of weeks, we should see a nice, beautiful stem poke up out of that soil, and we should, over time, see some black walnut leaves form. And that is what I'm going to film in a couple of weeks once that already happens to end this video with. So that is going to be it for this step, and I will catch you in that last clip, which is going to be a couple of weeks from now. Hey friends, here we are, October 31st, and these are our black walnut saplings. This is what they are looking like thus far. Now, unfortunately, I will say, after the last clip, once I had them potted and planted, even though there was saplings growing, I don't know if it was in the clip or actually a week or two later, squirrels got in my greenhouse, and they absolutely ransacked and demolished my black walnut saplings. I mean, even ones that had nice, beautiful sprouts on them, a couple of these are survivors, were just, the nut was ripped open and eaten, and it was just absolutely horrible. The reason being is I did not go through and pack enough dirt around the perimeter, so my own fault, but I did not think they'd get in. Nonetheless, they did, so I had to go back, actually get a couple other black walnuts that I did not include in the video that I actually was going to toss. Thank God they actually germinated, and here we are. So, nonetheless, these black walnuts have been doing great. They're thriving pretty well. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to water as nearly as much as I'd like to this year, just because I've been so busy. So they've kind of been getting watered, you know, around every 2 weeks throughout the summer and spring, which definitely is not enough for as hot as it gets here in Tennessee. Nonetheless, they look really good. It is October 31st, so they're starting to lose their leaves. But this pretty much is going to wrap up the tutorial on how to grow black walnut trees from seed. There is a little bit of some bug damage going on here, which is just normal, nothing too crazy. But that's going to wrap up this tutorial for y'all. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing these trees bloom and just absolutely thrive, because black walnut trees are absolutely gorgeous and they take forever to grow. So many generations later, hopefully these guys will still be around and thriving off of the fruits of this labor now. So that's going to wrap up this tutorial. Again, hope you all enjoyed it. I look forward to hearing your comments and hearing from your own experiences trying to grow this beautiful tree. And that's going to be it, y'all. Have a blessed week and stay safe.